Pirates of the Mesozoic, starring Donald Von Griffin, Karen Torres, Leslie Dannenberger, Len Montgomery, me, the GM, Brandon Blackmore. Last week, everybody got to the town. It actually worked pretty well. That song has a long intro. That worked out really well. You got to the town of Tranquility. You met Sheriff Rose, Sheriff Hood, Marshal Hood, actually. Her name's Rose Hood. She's a marshal, not a sheriff. Potato, who cares? The bartender Tandy. You met Dr. Sue. Who else you meet that was useful or interesting?
And Karen's character's new friend.
Oh yes, and we pissed off one of what's his name's goons. And made him forget it.
But then you made him forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob. You met Jacob, one of Edgelord's gang. And so, yeah.
Which reminds me, we don't have Craig.
No, you don't.
He's literally our firepower. Because I was going to suggest, as a way to get him involved and a way to get Lloyd awakened in his personality, is I think we need to establish, first of all, just get ourselves settled here. And then I think we should explore this power thing we have. And then I think we need to go after the Edgelord and free these people from the terror of the Edgelord.
Well, you see, here's the problem with that. I'm assuming that Edgelord has powers like us.
I think you're right. I think
we don't think he's going to give us the chance to slowly learn ourselves.
Well, if we don't let him know we've got them, and we learn them carefully, and
there's something I'd like to do. With last game, we ended up with letting the bad guy go.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my skills to follow him back to where he is going.
Ooh, aren't you sneaky?
I am sneaky yet.
We need to figure out why our friend here isn't having the same kind of dreams and memories we're having, and see if we can't figure out how to make him have the dreams and memories we're having.
Is that a good thing? Why would you want that?
Yeah, really. It might help us survive in this crazy place. And I know one thing, I'd like to find a way to go home.
We're doing well enough on our own for now.
Indeed. I know, but I'd eventually like to find a way to go home.
Well, yeah, but eventually doesn't mean tomorrow. So just calm down and let's take a little time on this one.
Yeah. Show me the way to go home. All right. So let's see. We're gonna call this early afternoon. How's that work for you? Does that work? I don't remember what time it was, but time is kind of weird here anyway. So whatever.
We figured that out.
Huh.
Yeah, that's my one thought is Edgelord sent this guy to find out what was going on with us.
And we send him back figuring out that we're harmless.
Unless Edgelord knows that...
I'm going to sneak back and find out what's going on.
Yeah, unless Edgelord knows that something's up by the answer he gives.
Okay, well, John Erlang sneaks off after Jacob, and so does Francisco. He goes along with you, because Craig's not here, and I'm saying that's what he does. Because he's kind of sneaky, so you guys sneak off after Jacob. Jacob is not trying to be sneaky, nor is he trying to foil anyone following him. It's like not even on his radar, so there's like no roles involved. Following him is extremely straightforward, and he's not looking for a tail, therefore there's no need to really roll to hide that you are being a tail. I mean, you are, but you don't need to roll. It's just automatic success because the person you're rolling against is basically saying, nah, you win. So.
The person we're rolling against is, to all intents and purposes, a mailbox. So.
pretty much. He ain't a spy. He's a thug. He's a tough guy. He's a pistolero, cowboy.
He's a goon.
So he walks, through alleys to the main street and then down the main street and to what looks like a saloon. Out front is a sign that says, wait a minute, I gotta unhide some of my notes here. You doing okay, kitty? Okay. So, what was I doing? distracted.
You're unhiding some of your notes.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, the
cat's
bittersweet.
fault.
That's right. The bittersweet.
The whorehouse.
Well, that's an awfully harsh word for it.
Den of iniquity.
It's a
Okay, brothel.
No, I think Den of Iniquity serves it well enough because it's not just a brothel; it's the hideout of the bad guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would make it a Den of Iniquity either way.
Various different flavors of iniquity.
Yeah.
The sign out front says Bittersweet Memories Tea House is what it says on the sign.
Yeah, right.
And the building was at one time painted in shades of pink and purple. It has faded quite a bit since then. So you can tell it used to have like purple shutters and pink trim but that was a number of years ago, and this heat and the humidity have made most of the paint peel, so it's seen better days. But the sign is legible. Bittersweet Memories Tea House. But everybody around here just calls it the Bittersweet. Anyway, he walks in the front door, ching ching, the little cafe doors, and you hear rowdy people inside, and you hear somebody playing a piano. And
there's always people playing pianos in bars.
Got a very honky tonk, tink a tonk, tink a tonk tonk sound. And hey, Jacob, hey, welcome back, welcome to Moe's, whatever. So, what do you do, John?
I'm pretty sure going in is going to get me noted. I'm going to hang around out here and see what I can listen to.
Okay. What are you doing? No.
The boy is being a boy.
It just sounds like people hanging out in a bar for the most part. It's there's not like making, and when he walks in, they're not like, "What'd you find out, Jacob? Give us a look." It's not anything even remotely like that. They're like, "Hey, Jacob," then they go back to their drinking and playing poker and stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
It is kind of midday. Do you just continue loitering around outside, or what?
If I can get away with it without causing any notice, then I will do so. But if there are people coming and going, I'm pretty much sticking out like a sore thumb at this point. So,
for the most part, most people are dressed in Old West type clothing, which for them also looks like most of them are just like sweating their asses off, because there's nobody's wearing shorts. There are no tank tops.
Right.
So,
all right. In which case, I'll do a fast reconnaissance around the outside of the building just to see what there is to see and see the ways in and out and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to try and infiltrate the place because that'll just get me caught and get my ass beat. So.
Okay. Francisco, you go one way to do reconnoitering. He goes the other way to do reconnoitering. When you're done reconnoitering, you don't see Francisco.
Okay.
You hang out and wait for him?
For a while, yeah.
Well, after a while, you hear his voice coming from inside.
Okay.
He's having a conversation with a couple of guys at the bar. Let's see. Be a suitable role for this.
We need to hurt him.
He got himself captured. It's Robin, the boy hostage.
Culture. Yeah. Make a reason plus culture roll.
Okay, I don't actually have culture, so.
You don't have culture?
Reason?
Oh, that was hot. All right, yeah, 1 dice plus your reason. I gotta roll against you. Hang
on. 6.
A total of 6?
Yes.
It's technically possible for you to succeed, so let me roll. No, you don't. It's close.
Okay.
You can't make out what they're saying. You can't even really deduce much from the tone of voice. But at the very least, they're not pummeling him with their fists or aiming guns at him. He seems to be in no hurry to come back out, though, because you hang out for 10 minutes or so, and he's just in there hanging out. And then he goes and sits down and starts playing poker.
Well,
Okay.
once he doesn't get caught, let him stay there and gather information.
Okay.
Maybe by the time Craig gets here, some interesting information will be gathered.
In which case, I'll go ahead and lurk outside just to back him up.
Hmm.
In the event something goes down, then I can at least rush in and help.
Penny, you've got your hair all over me. Aren't you happy yet?
Okay, make let's see. This isn't so much being sneaky as it is being inconspicuous. So let's make a
Deception?
presence. Well, I was going to say stealth, but deception. If you prefer deception, we can go with that. But presence.
Both, so moot point. I have both, so it's a moot point.
Okay. So 2d6 plus your presence.
10.
See if you are inconspicuous enough. And I'll be rolling against you. Somebody notices you hanging out there. Rolled really well. Somebody, let's see. Are they coming in, coming out? Load be going in. Oh, somebody on their way in notices you kind of lurking around, and they stop and they walk over to you and say, can I help you with something?
Nope, just waiting for a friend.
You new around here?
Yes, I am. John Erlang, great to meet you. Offer my hand.
Well, it'd be rude not to shake your hand. So he shakes your hand, sure. John Erlang. He looks you up and down. Says, you from back east?
San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Like the dock. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Who are you waiting for?
A friend of mine. He's in the... I'll gesture at the bar.
How long you been in there?
A few minutes.
Tell you what, he says, with a smile that is not a smile.
Uh-huh.
He says, why don't I go in and ask around about your friend? What's his name?
Oh, Cisco.
Cisco. All right. Stay right here, John. And he goes inside.
Okay. The second he's through the door, head up to the door. And
head where?
There. To the door.
Okay. Well, I guess you can see or if you're at the door, you can see and hear. He walks in, he looks around, he walks up to the only new guy, and there's like a conversation there, and it's like, you Francisco? So, yeah, that's me. What's up? He's like, do you have a Chinaman friend named John? And he goes, yeah, well, I won't call him friend. I mean, we kind of showed up in town at the same time. And he's like, well, he's out there waiting for you. He's like, he is? Oh, I didn't realize that. Do you want me to tell him to get lost? And the other guys say, unless you want to invite him in. And he's like, I'll tell him to get lost. He gets up. He looks at his cards. He's like, yeah, I fold. He puts down his cards. And a couple of guys go, yes. And a couple of guys go, no. And then, anyway, he comes through the door and says, John, I didn't realize you'd still be out here. Well, yeah, I think you should just take off. I'm going to be here for a while.
Okay. All right, well, good luck. If you need us, let us know.
Yeah. Oh, with no, yeah, everything's fine. Anyway, he goes back inside, and they continue playing cards.
Okay.
That worries me.
one thing.
Penny, sometime tonight I'd like my lap back. Thank you.
There are a number of women who take guys upstairs from time to time. The one who stays downstairs the whole time you are lurking around and seems to be in charge of the other women who are working there. Looks like this.
Looks like a madam to me.
So she's apparently the one in charge of the bittersweet. As far as you can tell. So now what do you do?
All right. Well, Francisco seems to be his own there, so I will head back to the blacksmiths.
Okay, they're doing stuff, making bullets. Donald's doing whatever Donald's doing. Who the hell knows? Hammering sheets of copper into cylinders and tubes and spheres and making copper tubing out of copper wire or whatever else weird science guys do.
Turn this into a blacksmith shop, or we're gonna look suspicious. AKA horseshoes and stuff like that if they're horses.
Arrowheads.
Whatever black shops make in this kind of place. Otherwise, we're going to start looking suspicious.
Otherwise, I'd like to just do a little bit more reconnaissance around town and start establishing our bearings, seeing where everything is.
One of the things. Well, one of the things, mainly it's kind of a if the town wasn't originally rectangular, it is now, because that's how they built the walls around it, the palisades and all. The train tracks go through it at kind of a diagonal. The train tracks are parallel to the coast of the sea, which is not that far from the walls of the town. And there's actually walkways and pathways like made out of boards that go out to the coast. And then there's a couple of boats out there that are like pulled up onto the shore. Let's see, late afternoon. Yeah, by around this time, there are actually guys coming back from the sea with fish in nets. The nets look extremely homemade, like made out of twine, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But there's fish in them, or things that are almost fish. So, close enough. Let's see.
Fish, that's good enough.
They got to eat something. And also, in one area of the town, there's what looks like somebody has replaced a big courtyard type area with a 12 to 15 foot tall green Buddha. And there's shrubs and things that are kind of suffering a little bit. You get rain here, so it's not like it's not a desert, but the heat's apparently not what they were bred for. But there's shrubs and things, and what is apparently a Buddhist temple of some kind, like just dropped into a plunk corner of the town with Buddhist monks. There's no wall around it. There's kind of like a gate, but the gate's not connected to a wall. It's just like ornamental, mainly.
Yes.
Yeah, and the lettering is, well, they're Chinese letters, but it's. Do you read Japanese?
I can recognize it. I can't read it.
Okay, it's. You're pretty sure it's Japanese.
Well, go chat with the monks. See what they got to say.
They speak Japanese.
Oh, okay.
None of them speak Chinese. None of them speak English.
Oh.
But when you walk up, they'll walk up to you, and then they'll bow and they'll nod and they'll smile. They'll welcome you in. They'll offer you tea. They'll be nice to you.
Oh, thank you. Be nice back. Be nice to them back. Yes.
Okay. You can't really have a conversation with them at the moment, but yeah, they seem friendly.
Okay. rummage around in my pockets, find like a protein bar, give that as an offering to the Buddha.
Oh, that's nice of you.
I believe there is a Chinese alphabet that has the same ideograms as one of the lesser Japanese alphabets. So
I know the two of them
are in Chinese and Japanese.
Chinese characters were originally based on Japanese ideograms, but they are not at all
Other way
related. It's other than that.
Other way around. The chin came first.
Is that not what I just said?
No, you said Japanese was first, the base. Either
Chinese.
but yeah,
The Chinese alphabet is based on the. Oh,
The Japanese alphabet.
yeah, I said it backwards. I meant to say Japanese alphabet was based on Chinese ideograms.
Yeah,
That's what I
yes.
meant to say.
So
That's what I thought I said, but apparently I said it backwards.
there is an alphabet in which a Chinese and Japanese people can converse. It's just you just have to write everything out in basically the old school longhand calligraphy kind of thing.
Unfortunately, I don't know if our friends on
For the moment, language is a barrier. So you offer a protein bar to the Buddha. They seem appreciative of that and are happy to ply you with tea until you are tired of being in there.
I'll hang out with them for a while, thank them, and continue my wanderings around.
They walk with you as far as the gate to their little sanctuary, which is shaped kind of like a horseshoe that's like open at one end and a square horseshoe with a great big green Buddha in the middle, and the outside of the horseshoe are buildings where they live and cook and do that sort of thing. So
all right, cool.
It's not a huge fancy Buddhist temple. It's got while you're there you see like 6-7 guys. Various ages, all men. No kitty. No. Oh my goodness. Really? No. 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 Sit over here. Be good. All right. So then what?
Continue wandering around. Basically, just walk around the perimeter, find the main street, see if I can figure out where all the major points of interest are.
Okay.
I don't like not knowing where I'm living.
All right. The green man, the Buddha. That's it. Basically, the southwest corner. You guys are in the northwest corner. That's where your house is. The blacksmith is kind of like midway between. Then, as you go west to east, you hit the bittersweet on the main drag. There's the bittersweet, and then further along, there's the Red Dog. I think I called it.
Mm-hmm.
And the provisioners and the general store, which is empty. And there's a courthouse and the city hall. It's the same building.
Right.
And next to that is the sheriff's the marshal's office. Yeah, I should just call her the sheriff because I keep calling her that and keep correcting myself. The sheriff's office, and that's next to the courthouse, which is also the city hall, which is where the mayor's office is, and behind that is the mayor's actual house. Is like there's an alley, and then his house actually faces the other street the next street. So, so his house is like the biggest house in the town, which is not saying a whole lot, but still, you know. Speaking of mayor, do you want to go meet him? You can. He's there.
I think he introduced himself to us, didn't he?
It says city. It actually says city hall and courthouse on the building.
I'll step inside.
I know we were just toldies.
Sure, why not? Meet the mayor. You see... Wait, that's not what I want. Why am I not seeing what I want? Where is it? Oh, it just hadn't updated. Yeah, this fellow. He's sweeping the courthouse. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, hello!
Good afternoon.
Hi. You must be one of the new people."
Yes. And
Hello.
I'll introduce.
He's not wearing his hat. His hat's over on a on a pew. I'm Randall Coburn, Mayor Coburn. Hi. So you're the Chinaman. So you're the fella from San Francisco, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Rose came in. Sorry, Sheriff Hood came in and told me all about you folks. You're from the future,
Yes. Yes, we are.
like the far future, like even more than Tandy, the bartender. Have you
Mhm.
met Tandy? She's from the future too,
Yes.
but apparently not as far in the future as you folks.
No, no, we're apparently everybody seems to think that we're from the farthest they've ever heard of. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, well, I don't know when or even where Edgelord's from. I think he's from the future too, but he doesn't talk about it.
oh, okay. Well,
So, but yeah, as far as we
gentlemen,
know, you're the you've now. Hey, I've got to ask because Tandy tells some stories, and frankly, I'm pretty skeptical. So you've got like wireless telegraph that is people talking, like you can just talk to it, and
yeah,
the other end of the telegraph, you can hear someone talking. Is that true?
yes, it is.
Well, son of a gun, isn't that something?
I'll rummage around in
Wow.
my pocket, pull out my wireless, or pull out my phone.
Oh, what's that?
That's basically what you've been talking about. It's telephone.
Telephonic. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a good name for that. Can I see?
Sure, I'll show it to them. It doesn't work because there's
So
no
it's
cell
like a
tower.
it's like a standard phone, right? It's like glass on one side and metal or plastic all the way around.
Correct.
Okay. He like looks at the glass, taps it. So where would you talk into if you were to talk to somebody
Okay, I'll show them how it works.
without turning it on? I imagine because
Now the
there'd be no point.
microphone's here. Yeah, they're showing the little slot where the microphone is, the little socket where the speaker is, and
Wow.
where to power it up and charge it and stuff like that.
And it's so small. Amazing. Well, what can I do for you? Did you come
I
to
was
file paperwork
just
about
looking
something
around.
or? Oh,
Nope, I was just looking around.
well, this is the courthouse.
I wanted to make sure that we introduce ourselves to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Um,
Problem?
I probably should have
We're
come
staying
in
at the Cuddy residence.
the McGillicuddy residence.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's a good idea. That's a good place. Who told you about that?
Uh, Tandy.
Yeah, that's a good place. It's close enough to the main street that it's convenient, but it's not so close that you get woken up all hours of the night by noise from the bittersweet. So yeah, that's a good location. Do you
We
want to
seem to like it.
file ownership paperwork? Because we can take care of that right now if you like.
Certainly.
Yeah, great. Uh, Follow me to my office. And he picks up his hat and he takes to his office and he finds the deed to the property and he like fills in your name and then he signs it. Or he asks you to tell him your name and then he fills it all in and signs it. He says, yeah, sign right here. Do you know how to write?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, then just write your name on this line right here.
Okay. Make sure that's what I'm signing.
Yeah, it's a very simple land deed. It's one page.
Okay.
It describes like where the corners are measured by a particular landmark that's like apparently hammered into the ground at some point in the town, and it's
Right.
245 feet east of that, and then there's a corner, and then 35 feet south of that. It describes a square in reference to some known landmark, and says it now belongs to you.
Okay.
So now it's the Erlang place. I'll make sure everybody who calls it the wrong name knows it's the Erlang place now.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I was just wrapping up here. Do you want to go get a beer?
Certainly, I'd love to.
Okay. He very carefully locks the door of his office and puts away the broom he was sweeping the courthouse with and locks the front door of the courthouse and puts the keys in his pocket and walks over to the Red Dog and orders a beer. Meanwhile, everybody at the... I'm sorry, what?
And I will have one with him.
Okay. Meanwhile, everybody at the blacksmith. You're just hanging out doing blacksmith stuff?
Oh, blacksmith making bullets. And as you said, Donald's doing steampunk shit. And
Mad science.
Yeah, if
That's
I
fine.
have to run up to the provisioner's shop and take all that junk off his hands that he doesn't know what it is, I will.
yeah, because we do want to get this to be a functioning blacksmith if we can. The
Yeah.
bullets are just a hidden aspect. And I do know enough about blacksmithing from all that reenacting that I can at least pretend well enough. I
Oh,
hope.
did everybody see the links that I sent you to send
Yes.
everyone?
No,
I was
I
hoping
gotta bring that. Let me. I haven't checked anything since a couple of days ago. Gmail.
Yeah, I actually found a copy of the 1862 U.S. Army Ordnance Manual online,
Oh, sweet.
so it's public domain. So
Yeah,
you can
honey,
look
That's right. We did.
one that
literally how to build everything that the U.S. Army used in 1862.
I haven't read it, but does that include cannons?
Yes, it includes how to cast cannon, how to cast or how to create them, the carriages for them, the trunnions, how many horses you need to move them, how to cast the cannonballs, everything. I mean, if you were to start with an empty lot full of nothing but raw materials and that book, you could create a division of the U.S. Army.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm imagining...
I opened it up to a page at random and it was telling me how to make a new barrel for my revolver.
Well, I assume Leslie's character, Michael,
You said I had a copy
has
similar to that.
a copy of that in his backpack. So Donald and Captain Harrow and Michael, you're flipping through this and looking at what you've got here and the raw materials you have at hand. You could probably build a tank.
I like that idea.
It would
We'll
have
to replace
wheels.
that.
It would be more of a war wagon than a tank, but
Mhm.
could have a couple of cannons on it. Now, you'd want to have them like outside where people sit. Otherwise, you're going to burst everybody's eardrums. But yeah, you could totally build like some kind of armored heavy.
Leonardo da Vinci tank.
Yeah, actually, a Gatling shouldn't be too hard to piece together.
So yeah, you can start working on whatever you want to work on.
So yeah, you can have somebody up on a pintle mount with a machine gun.
Yeah,
Got to be careful with machine guns. They're ammo pigs.
that's a good point.
Well, remember we gotta stick to what I can. I've got raw materials for too.
How about Anna? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Oh, well, I probably am going to deal with that. You know, you did say I found a what could potentially be made into a blade if it just needs to be like sharpened and worked.
Yeah, it's not great. It's essentially middle quality iron.
But it beats having nothing.
Well, I was going to say as soon as I get this place converted over to making some steel.
Yeah, so I guess your first project is upgrading the blast furnace so you can make steel. So cool, fine. Well, out of character, that'll take a couple days.
Unless I can build a little robot that will save me time in the end. At which case, I'll do that first.
Which I guess is what takes you back over to the provisioners. As you get to the provisioners, this is a good transition. Barthen, the guy who runs the place, is talking to Sheriff Hood I'm gonna go ahead and change that because I'm tired of calling her Marshall. He's talking to Sheriff Hood. Apparently, his helper Emmet has not come back from the errand that Barthen sent him on. There is apparently about a half a day's walk away from town, inland. There is a grove of trees that has a particular fruit that is edible. It's kind of like a peach, but not quite that sweet. And it's not so much fuzzy as it is leathery. So it looks more like an orange, but it tastes more like a peach and has the fleshy parts more like a peach, and it has a pit. So they just call it a peach because that's the closest thing they've got to a peach and has been for a very long time. But it's not actually a peach. It's some kind of prehistoric proto peach. Anyway, Emmett went off to go get a bushel of those because they do that about once a month. He has like a cart. It's got wheels and what's that thing? I'm drawing a blank on it. It's two wheels, and it's two wheels and a bin, and then two sticks that a person holds, and then walks in front of.
Yeah.
What am I describing?
Yeah, like
Yeah, like a rickshaw or a wheelbarrow.
Very much like it's like you walk in front, so a wheelbarrow would be behind, I guess. So it's like a rickshaw, but it's a wagon. Anyway, he left yesterday. Should have been back early this morning at the latest, preferably late last night. And he has not been back, and it is now early evening. So Sheriff Hood says that's a real shame. I guess I can get some guys out to go look for him, but if he's not back, chances are he's not coming back. And he's like, no, but come on, you have to go look. Maybe he's just stuck somewhere. Maybe the wheel broke and he didn't want to leave it. Maybe he twisted an ankle or something. He could be out there right now. We need to get some guys together and go get him. She's like, okay, I'll see if anybody wants to go out. But it's going to be dark in about 3 hours, and it's at least that far to the Peach Grove, right? He's like, well, I've never been there myself, but he usually gets there and back in a day. So it can't be more than half a day away. And so, all right, who's actually been to the Peach Grove? She says, Tandy has. And he's like, okay. She's like, okay, I'll go ask Tandy and ask around at the Red Dog and see if anybody wants to go look for Emmett. But I'm thinking we might want to wait till tomorrow because it's almost dark. He's like, all right, that's all. I guess that's all you can do, Sheriff. I see what you're talking about. Anyway, so the sheriff leaves. You are next because you're the only other person in the room. He says, "Oh, hey there, you're Captain Harlock, right? Harrows, Captain Harrows. Hi, what can I do for you, Captain? And you were a sea captain, right? Not an army captain.
Yeah, sea captain.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
Oh, I was wondering about these piles of cast-offs over here. And I'm going to the, the electronic, all the micro-engineered stuff.
Yeah, this is some strange stuff, isn't it? Sam, whenever he goes out to Wangguo, he always brings back a cartload of this junk. Some of it we can figure out what to do with it. Some we can do something with it, and some it's just weird junk as far as I can tell. But I hate to just throw it away, and really, what are you gonna do with where are you gonna throw it? So I hang on to it, thinking maybe we'll think of something to do with it someday. But or maybe somebody will show up and know what it's for. But yeah.
Well,
Why did you want any of it? I mean, you're welcome. Anything you think you can make use of, you're welcome to.
Oh, well, thank you. I think I can make use of most of what you got here, actually.
Oh, hey, help yourself.
Today is that day that you mentioned.
The what that I mentioned?
Today is that day that somebody shows up and knows what to do with this stuff.
Oh, Well, that's fantastic. Yeah. Hey, I'll give you a hand. I mean,
All
where,
right.
where are we taking it?
The old blacksmith shop.
Oh, are you a blacksmith?
I've been that at some time.
Oh, great. He
And you
he
gotta,
he
You
picks
like to
up a
make a
handful
little
of Salvation Army cast off portable TVs and stereos and VCRs and CB radios, and he just picks it up and he'll follow you to the blacksmith shop.
Okay.
He doesn't bother locking up behind him because A, he gives the stuff away anyway. So it's not like he's worried about anybody stealing it because essentially
If he
anybody who
locks
wants
the door,
anything can just come take it.
if he
So
locks the door, somebody breaking in is just going to damage his door.
when I had a
Brandon,
what?
Brandon, I'm gonna let you know that when they show up, it's gonna look like I'm getting the smithy going, so we can put
Okay.
on a show if nothing else.
Well, yeah, I imagine that by this point you've got the forge going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would you be building a second forge, or would you be modifying the first forge? Because modifying the first forge while you're using it to make the parts you're using to modify it with is a little recursive.
Build a second one, I think, would be better. 'Cause
I'm not saying you can't, but you might have to like knock down a wall and make like a new area for it.
But I'm only knowledgeable in how to use the forge the way it is.
Yeah.
Maybe start with
Build it.
ceramic blocks to put the new forge on.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need to go get lots of sand from the coast of the sea. You think you can probably make some high temperature ceramic blocks out of that? Grind it up fine, cook it down. You can use the current forge for that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just find it funny. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, anyway, Barthen comes in following Captain Harrows and puts the pile of junk wherever you want to put. Um, uh, Anne is hammering away at a bar of iron for some purpose, and Michael is doing the forge and I guess melting lead and things like that into so he can make bullets.
And useful things.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we need to find out what they needed the blacksmith for, because they apparently don't have horses. They have these dino things. Do they get shoed?
No,
What did the blacksmith do for them?
that is an
What kind of
excellent
stuff?
question.
We need to find this out if we're going to be the blacksmiths.
I think it's not so much. Hose,
And
farm implements. I'm sorry. What'd you say? Look.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably one of the things I'm also melting metal of any kind for, is to do what the town needs, because we have to be productive. Remember?
Yeah.
Nails,
Yeah.
hinges, door hasps, wheels.
There you go. Because they do have a rust problem.
Melting metals of other kinds, and we're just being a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barrel.
Like a lot of the door hinges are probably on the buildings that aren't used as often, because the buildings are used a lot. The hinges,
Yeah.
the working of them keeps them free of rust up to a
Yeah.
point, and they'll oil them from time to time. But the buildings where they don't do that, the hinges are like rusted solid, and things like that nature. And also farm implements and things, because there are fields around the town that they grow.
Okay.
What did I say they grow? Rye and sorghum,
Or the equivalent thereof.
something like that.
Well, they probably if well no if they probably had stores of seeds in the town.
Yeah.
If the whole town got picked up.
I'll let the gentleman who just came here said, why don't you let them know that we have the forge working and we might be able to start making things for the farms and such.
Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, hi, and Barthen, he reintroduces himself to you guys. He says, "We met when you folks first showed up. I don't know if you remember. I'm Barthen," and he puts down the stuff and he looks around at what you're doing. It's like, "Oh, this would be great to have the smithy going again, because we haven't had a blacksmith in years, you know." So, wow, that's great. it's nice meeting you, folks. It's about the end of the day. I'm gonna go get myself some dinner. But nice seeing you. And he takes off. Let's see. Meanwhile, John Erlang is at the Red Dog having a beer with the mayor and just chatting. The mayor's just shooting the breeze with you, asking you questions about where you're from, what it's like.
Sure. I'm just establishing our presence and showing him basically who and what we are.
Tandy has a new recipe for gin that just came out of the still. She puts it down in front of you two and she says, "Drink that."
So I'll pick up the glass, I'll look at it, and I'll say as an aside to her, Tandy, I just want you to know I don't even like good gin. So I'll try.
Well, you're in luck, because this isn't good gin.
There's no good gin. And then I'll wince, shudder, and tell her that the next time I need to repaint something, I'll be sure to get a hold of her because this will do great as paint.
You
That was a
wonder
big
if they've
one.
got the makings for Irish whiskey.
The mayor's comments are a little bit more constructive. He's like,
okay.
It tastes a little bit like Clorox, like that cleaning powder. And she's like, "Oh, I know what it is. It's that pink stuff. There's too much of the pink stuff." And he's like, "Oh, I'll take your word for that. Okay." And there's also a taste that's kind of like soap, maybe. And she's like,
really hard lye soap.
she's like, "Yep, yep. I know what that is. So a touch less of the fluffy bits. Okay.
The fluffy.
You taste kind of like a perfume taste, and you do. There's like a faint perfume aftertaste.
Yeah.
Stuff you ought to give to Anna.
She's like, okay, I think the next batch will do a little bit more of that, a little less of the pink stuff, and a little less of the fluffy brown stuff. Great, thanks, guys. she replaces those with 2 more beers. It's like, you're gonna need these now.
Yes, I will.
And the beer, actually, as I mentioned, is actually pretty decent. It's not hoppy. It's more has like a gluten-free beer taste because of what it's made out of, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, no, there's some really good sorghum beers out there. There are some really, really bad sorghum beers out there, but there are a very few really good sorghum beers out there.
Well, this is middle of the road sorghum beer. Okay. All right.
A little bit middle of the road too. Out there.
While you were in the Red Dog, Sheriff Hood comes in, and there's probably a dozen guys in here at the moment, and people are slowly trickling in because it's going to be dinner time, and you can like smell the big pot of stew cooking in the kitchen. And she says, "Attention!" She like holds up her rifle. It's just what she does. She goes, "Attention, everybody! Yeah, Emmet went out to gather some peaches yesterday and did not come back. And I'd like a half a dozen people to volunteer to go look for him. We know where he was going, so you know where you're going, and it's a half day there and a half day back, leaving in the morning. Any volunteers?" Like, nobody volunteers. You like people's heads basically snap off. They look at you so quickly. And the guy on the other side of you from the mayor, he like puts out an arm. He's like, no, you don't want to volunteer for that.
Where do you think we came from, son?
Well, word is you came from the future.
Yeah, well, we walked here from out there.
And you were lucky to get here. You don't want to. Yeah, if something happened to Emmet, the good way to find out what that is go looking for him.
Exactly. I'll pat him on the shoulder. He'll walk back. So you say you're leaving in the morning?
The sheriff, she says, yeah, first thing, first light.
I take it there's a lot of creatures out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they attracted to light, or are they nocturnal?
Well, there are different creatures at night and in the daytime. In the daytime, it's mainly big lizards and bugs.
Okay.
The benefit of going in the daytime is that you can see them.
Right.
That's a good reason to go in the daytime.
So,
I'll pull out a flashlight and turn it on. Say, would something like this help at night?
I'm just going to say yes.
I've got bigger ones.
So you're suggesting going now, tonight?
I'm merely saying that if you want to do it tonight, I've got a way to help with these lights. But I'm not sure what's out there at night. You're the expert on that, and I'm not. As an aside, Brandon, I'm going to assume that we do most of our monster hunting on this show at night.
Yeah.
So I probably got some just absolutely ass-kicking lights on my cameras.
Yeah, you've got like 4 million candle power LED lights.
Yeah.
I believe the technical term, my dad had some old photography lighting, and I remember a nameplate, portable sun.
Yeah.
Well, plus you're from 2019, so the lights you have are LEDs, and they're just stupid bright, and the batteries will last like 30 hours. So,
Right.
as opposed to circa 1970 lights equivalent, the batteries would last about an hour.
Actually, if they're lithium batteries, they'll last longer than that.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sure if she wants to leave at night, I've got lights that can show us the way. But I don't know what's out there at night. I mean, for all I know, there could be zombie elephants out there at night, and it would probably be a bad idea to encounter those.
See, the thing is, we don't really leave the town at night because there's things out there, and we try to avoid those.
Okay.
So I can't really tell you what we'll run into.
All right. Well, I'll gather up my gear, and whenever you want to go, just let me know.
She's like, okay, this man just got here, doesn't even know Emmet, and he's willing to go now. Can I get at least 2 more people? Anybody? They all look kind of sheepish, but nobody raises their hand. He's like, well, it looks like it's just you and me.
If you want to go to the blacksmith, I'm pretty sure my friends will help out too.
And we may have a present for her.
Yeah, I was going to say, you may be surprised at the progress they've made there.
She just looks around the room. She says, I'm ashamed of all of you. All right, come on. Follow me, Mr. Erlang. Okay. And she starts walking toward the blacksmiths. Once you're out of hearing shot of the red dog, she says, between you and me, are you sure you want to do this? Because I don't know if you really realize how dangerous it is.
I've got a pretty good idea.
All right. You did say and she looks around before she asks you. She did say you people have guns, right?
Yes.
You're going to want to bring those.
Kind of.
And as many of those torches as you've got.
I'll have to go steal my batteries back from the captain.
Let's see.
And looking around again, speaking of guns, we may have a present for you. And when we get to the blacksmiths, I'll ask Michael how he's progressed on the reloading.
I've got some for her gun anyway. I got some for Sam's gun as well.
Oh, 20 gauge shotgun shells?
He holds out a handful of bullets.
Wow. Well, are these all for me? The 20 gauge?
Yeah, they're for you. That file over there, Sam.
She puts them in her pockets and puts 2 in her shotgun because it was empty.
I was waiting to see if she actually had any shells in the shotgun.
No, the shotgun's empty, or was. So now she has shotgun shells.
I told you I know how
She's
to.
like, "Oh, let's keep this between you and me."
Sorry, I am. So all intents and purposes, I'm telling everybody I can do the blacksmith work, and that's it.
Yes. This is yeah. Honestly, except for you and Sam, we weren't intending to tell anyone.
Nope.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to see if I can make that train outside into a diesel.
It's not. Oh, yeah, and you're gonna put real wheels on it because it can't go anywhere otherwise.
Captain, where are you going to get diesel fuel around
Wheels,
here?
wheels,
All the diesel fuel is still walking around on four legs out there.
True.
any
That is
oil,
true.
any oil, plant oil.
Yeah, I
Planting-
was gonna have to find out.
Auto diesel worked with peanut oil.
Well,
Well,
there's not a whole lot of peanuts around here either, sport.
Yeah, we were gonna look. I was gonna look to see if there were any oil-bearing plants.
Yeah,
similar-
there probably are. These things, a lot of them have got to be able to protect themselves somehow. A lot of them are probably very oily.
we need to find out what the sheriff needs. I mean,
Yes.
here.
But
Yeah.
Other than that, we've got a missing person outside the city walls. Nobody else is volunteering except the sheriff to go try and find him. I volunteered me and said that maybe some of you might want to go.
Oh, I'd love to. Got to see what's out there.
I'll go.
Wow, you just don't even know. Well, I guess you've got to learn somehow. But I would feel remiss if I did not warn you one more time. It is very, very dangerous. There are things out there that want to eat you. And they're more than capable of doing it.
Would you
And there's a
believe
very good
that-
chance that Emmett's already gone.
I don't have time to build an armored truck, do I?
No, not before
No.
morning.
Sheriff, you got to understand that from the future, we actually went out hunting for things like this and never could find them. It would be a great
Not true. Off the coast. Not true. Off the coast of Madagascar.
I
Sure.
know.
Found the Kraken.
You found the Architeuthis, yes.
The giant Kraken, 30-foot tentacles.
I once saw a bullfrog. It was this big. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab my cameras and my light.
Now, or
We're
do you
gonna
want
do-
to wait till morning? We're ready to go now if you want to. We got the lights.
Okay, so John Erlang goes off and gets his camera and his lights. You guys pack up your various weapons.
Oh, Anna, you were looking for a long blade, weren't you?
Yeah.
I'll prefer the kukri that's on my bailout bag.
Excellent. Much
It's
better
not a
than.
sword. It's more like one of the swords that the Spartans used, really, like a lakota. But it's it's a big chopping and hacking weapon, so you might come in handy for you.
That beats what I was trying to bang into an edge in it here.
Yeah, the kukri.
Have for our
the
mob-
It looks like that.
Yeah, the kukri is
That's the one
known
that's on my bailout bag.
Yeah, it's what is known as a vorpal weapon. That little dip in the blade is meant to catch and hook on joints and sever the limb.
Well, it gives a lot of extra power on a chopping stirrer too, because they're basically designed as like machetes. So. But they're also
Yeah.
hacking limbs off too.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a defensive weapon, but a really good offensive weapon.
Do we have?
yeah, no,
bullets?
it's definitely for delimbing trees. Mhm.
Well, that's probably not what the Gurkhas used them.
Right then, if you folks are ready to go, I'm ready to go. Hmm?
Before I go, I'm going to probably hide everything that's very suspicious as far as making bullets.
Good idea.
Okay. I didn't understand the last thing you said, though, Lloyd.
Oh, I said handed the sheriff a flashlight.
Oh. Okay. You're not sure how to use it, I guess. You push
Sure
this
how
thing.
it works.
Huh. Wow. That's really something. That's what's it burn?
It's electrical, battery powered.
Okay.
I'll explain batteries as we're walking along, to the best of my knowledge, anyway.
It's a chemical reaction between dissimilar metals.
Exactly. Once we're outside of town and it's dark, I'll show her just how effective the camera floods are. I've got one that's this size.
All right. At which point you see a whole lot of bugs, and they're generally about the size of a dinner plate.
Wow. Oh, palmetto bug.
No, they fly. Well, actually,
Palmetto
palmetto bugs do fly. Okay.
Palmetto bug.
Most of them don't want to eat you. They just
True.
kind of like hover around and like dive at the light. They're more of a nuisance than anything else, but after a while, you kind of like get used to it.
Oh, by the way, before we left, I took what I went off into a satchel.
You did a what with a satchel?
I took a big scoop of all the different parts I was working with and swept them off the bench into a satchel.
Okay.
So I have a whole bunch of parts with me.
All right. You
Just in
tramp north away from the water for a while. From time to time, you see like eyes reflecting from the darkness, and then they run away. And then bugs of various size, anywhere from the size of a golf ball up to the size of a dinner plate. The worst they do is just bump into you for the most part. But there's tons of them, and they seem to like the light. So that's fun. So let's see how far you get before something tries to kill you. She has actually been to the grove. Wow. You get almost the entire way there before something tries to kill you. So.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that handy?
Well, that's pretty scary looking. Let's do that.
I see you choose your monsters by the same criteria that I used to choose mine for the Call of Cthulhu game. Oh dear God, that's hideous. Yeah, we gotta use that.
Let's see if I can find a bigger version of it, because that's like a thumbnail.
Oh, the small ones are good.
No, the picture's the size of a thumbnail.
Damn.
I want a bigger picture.
Something we can see, so we know what's killing us.
Yeah. Ah, there we go. That's nice. That's a nice one. Okay, so you walk for about 4 hours, and she'll tell you that it's close to half a day's walk from town. It's but
Right.
well, it's actually more like a 4 or 5 hour walk. So you've been walking for about 4 hours, and you guys have watches, so you actually know that it's been 4 hours. Nobody in town has watches, so they estimate. They know what hours are, but they don't really have them anymore. They've got like wind up clocks in town, a couple of them, but nobody has watches. Oh, actually, they have like pocket watches. Those were a thing.
Yeah.
Because those have been around forever.
Keep in mind, after a couple of hours or a couple of years, they're gonna break.
All right, let's just say that a few people have pocket watches. There's a clock in the courthouse, but for the most part, people just estimate.
Ooh, watch repair.
You could do watch repair. Yes, absolutely. Because even the people who had pocket watches that worked, they still carry them around, because it's kind of like a thing.
Time in a place
It's satisfying.
Yeah.
A gentleman is defined by his coolest pocket watches. Yeah.
So there are plenty of people with pocket watches that don't work who would be love to have them repaired. Anyway, so it's about 4 hours, and all of a sudden, out of the darkness, a half dozen things attack you. Let's make some reason perception rolls to see who gets eaten first, and I'll roll for them to see if they get to ambush you.
Reason what roll?
Reason perception. Perception is a skill. If you have the skill, you roll 2 dice. If you don't, you roll 1. If you have expertise in the skill, you roll 2 dice, and anything under 3, you roll again until you get at least a 3.
Where's my skill list?
So
Oh,
these
yeah.
guys.
I think perception is something I
I'll hold
neglected to
7.
take.
Not that I had perception. I'll have to fix
I don't
that.
think I do because I don't think it's something that when you're hunting, even though you're hunting for cryptids, you should have it. But
Yeah.
hey,
Really. For,
No worries.
we'll be
7.
all that into hunting for cryptids.
Well, keep in mind, he's talking about perception, not hallucination. So.
Yeah.
I rolled
Maybe
the max I could roll, which is 6.
maybe that's why we never found anything.
And
Everybody get every perception roll.
my total's 9.
Total of 7.
I got 11.
And a 7 for me as well.
Yep, definitely gonna have to add perception. This seems something like that a hunter would have.
Well, I figure a police detective would need it too. And a cameraman.
I
Makes sense.
forgot to add that.
Well, that's stuff we can buy with experience.
Mhm. And once you get back from this trip, I'll give you some experience. Yay.
Yay.
I don't know if that'll happen today. It might happen next week, but it won't happen any later than next week. This is not a multi-week thing. This particular little jaunt. So, in order of what you rolled, Lloyd got 11, Leslie got what, 9?
9.
And you guys got either a 7 or a 6.
7.
Okay, 7. All right, so it'll go Lloyd, Leslie, bad guys, Kieran, Donald, because
How about the sheriff?
it just worked out that way. Oh, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.
She should have perception by now.
And she'll have a chance to field test her ammunition.
Let's see. For sake of argument, she'll go after Donald. So, yeah. John Erlang. Big things are swooping down out of the sky, and they look,
what they look like?
I'll show you what they look like. You guys don't see them yet. John hears something going in the air above him, aims a flashlight up, and sees this. You guys are not looking in that direction, so you don't see it yet. Although Michael does, but the other two of you don't. So looks like that.
That's lovely.
Wow.
Nice.
A flying alligator.
Kinds of ugly right there.
Yeah. I said, you look up in the dictionary ugly, and that's what you see.
Yeah.
How big is that?
Yeah. Are we talking about like Godzilla sized or moth sized or what?
Well, there are half dozen of them, so I hope they're not that big. No, they're the size of a medium-sized dog. The body, not the wings. The wings are wide, but the wings are also made of like membrane, so wings don't really count. But the middle of the body and the head is about the size of a golden retriever.
Okay.
Medium-sized dog.
Retrievers are much more attractive.
So they're big. They're much bigger than bats, but they're not as big as you.
And they're not as big as most of the dinosaurs.
All right. I'll take a step forward away from everybody else, or a couple of steps away from everybody else, draw my pistol, and start shooting at them.
All right. I need to start making notes for hit points and stuff. Let's see. Let's put it over here. We got Crocobat 1.
Crocobat. I like it.
So there's 6 of them.
I'll be right back.
These are Crocobats. Crocobats.
Oh, by the way, during the 4-hour walk, what have the stars been doing?
Rotating.
Okay, but yeah, I'm like trying to eyeball where a hole is.
How do you mean eyeball where a hole is? What is it you're looking for?
Hole. A rotational center.
Oh, the North Star, basically, is what you're looking for. Well, I mean, it would only be the North Star if they're rotating in the north, but...
Yeah.
If the North Pole's if it's on a planet, the planet's spinning... Yeah, all right. You point in a direction, and you can kind of see that the center of rotation is actually below the horizon, but you can see like the arc of the stars as they spin,
Okay.
which tells you that you are either on a planet that rotates or something very, very weird is going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna look in the other direction and see if the angle of rotation is beyond there as well.
Oh, actually, that would
It
make
is
sense because it's
rotating
one or
without
the other. You got to be able to see it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
all
I thought I was being clever there, but no, it's one way or the other. All right. So yeah, you can see the point at which the stars are spinning
Okay.
if you
We're
have a
probably
keen
going to
eye
be
for this
later,
sort of thing.
definitely.
And you've got like expertise in navigation, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got pro from navigation.
Yeah. You nail it down. You know you can.
With the piloting, I got the expertise in it.
Yeah.
So,
With you could probably make a, what do they call it? A sextant, an astrolabe.
yeah.
Those navigation things. Once you
Yeah.
figure out,
Basic and octane.
yeah, you can probably, you don't have them with you because why would you? But you could totally make those old fashioned sort of navigation instruments. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So crocobats are descending, and John Erlang is shooting at them. So roll some dice, John Erlang.
All right. What am I doing here? Range combat and
Agility.
12.
And it is ranged combat and also agility. The thing you are trying to shoot at. Ooh, double threes, which means nothing in this game system, but it's just fun. Doubles. Let's see, we are pretty agile, so we're gonna see that stuff.
You know what would be a fun mechanic in a game
What's that?
that uses a 2-die system? Or even a 3-die system is if you get doubles or triples or whatever. If you're a PC, it's good. If you're an enemy, it's bad. It's just one of those blocks that even the director can't explain.
What do you roll, Lloyd?
12.
Huh?
Outstanding. Blam! You hit a solid shot. Okay, Leslie, what does Michael do?
I'm take an aim on one, and I'm a sharpshooter with an expertise in ranged weapons.
All right. Well, range is not really an issue, so sharpshooter isn't really helping you. Sharpshooter basically doubles your effective range before you get penalties, which is very, very handy if you're shooting at long range. But these guys aren't that far away. But the expertise definitely helps you because anything, if you roll a 1 or a 2 on any of your dice, you re-roll it until you get at least a 3.
Agility, right?
Agility and range combat.
And range combat. 9. And we get how many points for range for the skill?
Agility.
Reroll 1s and 2s.
Okay.
And you've got expertise, so re-roll your 1s and 2s.
Okay. So far, I haven't rolled any 1s or 2s. My total is 12.
Zowie. Okay, you needed a 9, which would be 1 endurance. 10, 11, 12, 2 endurance, because we're doing margin of success, which is an optional rule. So you shooting at the same one that John's shooting at, or a different one?
I'm gonna shoot a different one. We need
All
to
right.
take down possibly can.
Blam! With what? What are you? He's shooting using a pistol. What are you using?
I'm using whatever. I think I was carrying a pistol of some kind too, probably.
Oh, damn it! I completely forgot about this. I forgot about this. The pistol adds to that roll. So, hang on, because I completely forgot to tell you that.
Yeah, Leslie, you're carrying a 40 Smith & Wesson.
Yeah.
So really, it goes like this: light pistol or heavy pistol, because this is not that kind of game. So I'm thinking heavy pistol, both you guys.
Okay.
Okay. So add 2 to that. That doesn't help Leslie, but that boosts. You roll your total. Do you remember what your total was, Lloyd?
12.
13, 14. Yeah, so that boosts yours up to the next margin of success. So you actually did 2 points of damage on yours. Blam!
Yeah.
So, because it's your equipment adds to what you're doing.
Okay.
So, yay! Blam blam! And then the monsters go. Let's see. The 2 that got shot, they're stupid, but they're not stupid. So, let's see. I mean, they're not intelligent, but they're not stupid. So let's see. If they roll 1, 2, 3, 4. If I get less than a 6, I'll say they run away. No, they are some brave crocobats. So those 2 dive at you and attempt to attack. Chomp chomp. You need to roll close combat to defend. So it's brawn plus close combat. If you have any armor, which you probably don't, that would add to your roll.
So who are they diving at? Me and Lloyd?
These 2 are diving at you because you made noise and are shining lights at them. So the one that attacks John Erlang rolls a total of 9. What do you got, Lloyd?
11.
Okay, it dives at you and chomp, and then flaps away.
So
what do you got?
Am I rolling again?
Brawn.
Uh-huh.
Do you have close combat?
I do.
Do you have expertise in it?
So I'm just rolling 2 dice straight.
You are.
I am.
And adding your brawn.
8 plus 10 total.
It dives at you and sinks its teeth into you. Ah, chomp! And flaps a bit and then lets go and then flies away. So you lose 1 endurance from a crocobat bite. Let's see. We got 4 more. Who are we going to attack? Oh, let's attack the other ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the rest each just attack 1 person each. So let's do 4 attacks. So everybody needs to roll brawn close combat.
I really need to learn close combat. I hope I live through this.
Wow. I'm telling you right off the bat, 2 of you are going to get bit.
9.
13.
So even though the rest have already been attacked or killed.
Ooh. 15.
Okay. So would you roll, Lloyd?
13.
Would you roll, Leslie?
11.
And 13, you say?
15.
15. And Donald, what did Captain Harrows get?
9.
Okay. It is a flurry of wings and teeth as they are diving at you like this and chomping and diving and chomping. John Erlang manages to bat them away and not get bit. And Anna is just like Neo in the Matrix. Okay. No, nothing even comes close.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Harrows is batting him away with his hat. Unfortunately, we rolled double 6s on Michael. Michael gets the living hell bitten out of him. Ka-chomp! And
I think I'm dead then, probably.
I don't think you're dead yet, but you're seriously hurt. 2 more endurance out of Michael.
That's all the endurance I have is 3, and you just took it all.
Okay, Michael is down.
Mhm.
You're not dead. This isn't that kind of game. But you are out of the fight. Chomp! And there's like blood everywhere and flurry of wings and teeth. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, Sheriff Rose. She gets to shoot somebody. Who are we going to shoot? I'll shoot one of the ones that you guys shot at. What's shotgun? Medium range. Shotgun. +2. Awesome. All right. And I roll some dice. And I get a pretty decent roll. And it rolls against me. And its roll's not as good. So, blam! One of the ones that one of you guys already shot gets shot again. Blam! And it flies away. Because it doesn't want to be a dead crocobat. Next round. John Erlang.
The one that is attacking Michael.
Yes.
I'm going to step over to where it is, and I'm going to boot it over the horizon.
I never got to attack anything.
Oh, that's
Oh, you didn't get to attack?
Kieran didn't get to attack anything.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did the
neither did
monsters and the sheriff. I completely skipped you two. Okay, rewinding a bit. I'm sorry. Before you get to go,
Okay.
By all means, let him get their shots.
I'm so sorry. I was so excited at killing Leslie. I mean, removing Leslie from the fight. So you're not dead, Leslie. It's not that kind of game. You are out of the fight. So Kieran, what's Anna doing?
Do I have a gun?
I'm assuming you've all got at least a small light handgun. It's up to you. You can tell me whether it's a light pistol or a heavy pistol. It's up to you.
Anna,
They're close enough at this point, Kieran. Just hack them apart.
oh, if they're close enough, yeah.
Yeah, there's one right on Michael.
There's one on Michael chomping
Oh,
away.
it's still on Michael. Okay. Well then, yeah, I am going to attack the one on Michael, of course. With my nice big new blade. I have close combat after all.
Okay.
Alright, so that,
Let's see.
7, 10.
I am
I rolled a
chomping away
10.
on Michael, so I will say I'm distracted, so I'm only going to get one die. And you rolled a what? 10?
A 10.
You hit it exactly. Chomp! With your kukri. And you put a big gash in it, but don't kill it. Next to go is Captain Harrows.
Yes, I am going to shoot the one that is attacking Michael.
Oh, alrighty then. As I said before, it is distracted because it's eating Michael. So, roll, tell me what you get.
Sorry, say again.
You need a 6.
A 6. So 1 die?
No,
Six.
it's rolling 1 die because it's distracted because it's eating Michael. Captain Harrows is shooting at it.
Okay, re-rolling the 1. 3 and a 4 is 7, 8, 9, 10.
Well, and remember, if you're using a light pistol, which would be like a 22 to 25 to a 38, up to 38 would be a light pistol. 9mm and up would be heavy. I know 9mm is small, but it's got a lot of powder on it.
It's
What?
the 9mm carbine.
All right, then you get +2.
Oh, okay. In that case, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, it rolled a total of 6, so you get 6, which is 1 endurance. 7, 8, 9 is 2 endurance. 10, 11, 12 would be 3 endurance. Blammo! Between Anna's hack with the kukri and your bullet is the coup de grace. You blow a chunk out of its tiny lizard brain and it falls over.
Right through the brain.
Floppity flop flop. So, then the sheriff did her thing, and then now we're back down around to John Erlang.
Okay, how many more of them are available?
Let's see, 1 ran away, 1's dead, so there's 4.
Okay, pick another one that looks like it's closest and the most dangerous looking. Step over, so I'm standing over Michael's body, and shoot one of the ones that's flying around.
Okie dokie. Roll some dices.
Okay.
And remember your equipment bonus of 2.
12 then.
Blam! You just barely miss it. It rolled really well.
Okay.
Next to go is Michael, who's out. You are aware, vaguely, that you are now the focus of attention of all the crocobats. There is blood in the, well, not water, but there's blood on the ground, and it's yours. There's also a dead crocobat right on top of you, so, well, that's something.
And I can only imagine they smell lovely.
And Crocobat's attack! Attack! 1, 2, 3. I have 4.
Brandon, I have to admit that you have created a weird dichotomy in this game because I'm actually standing here and I'm hoping that my character gets attacked and hit just so I can unlock all of his powers. Because otherwise, I'm going to be standing here with this pistol for an awfully long time.
We shall see how it goes. Okay. Oh, I gotta figure out who's gonna attack you. Hang on. All right. So, well, I have 4, and there's 4 of you. I'll just have each of them attack each of you one time. So how's that go? So this one attacks John Erlang. It rolls a total of 12. So you're brawn plus close combat versus Crocobat number 1.
9.
9 total? Whoa! Chomp! I need a 9. I got a 9. 10, 11, 12. 2 points of endurance from John Erlang. Chomp! And this is one of the ones you shot earlier, so it's got a bullet hole in its meaty forearm wing thing.
All right. I've got indefatigable, so I don't incur any penalty.
Cool. I always forget about that anyway. I might just take that out of the rules because I always forget to apply it.
I think it's a good idea. You just got to remember to use it.
John Erlang has its dagger-like teeth are sinking into ya. And that's like how your endurance is normally what, like 4, 3, 4, 3. So 2/3 of your endurance is chomped away. Yeah, that is a whole bunch. Well, even after you get your superpowers, it's still 3. So.
Yeah, but I've got damage resistance when I've got my superpowers.
And you have this flashback to fighting some, I don't know, it's Chinese. Shen is Chinese, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You have some flashback to fighting some Chinese mythological monster. An Oni. No, Oni, you're Japanese. Some ogre. Some big, toothy ogre thing. Ages and ages and ages ago. And how it like bit through and its teeth bit right through your armor. They were that big. And you're thinking, how on earth could this tiny little, relatively speaking, this tiny little crocodile bat bite through your armor? And that's when you realize you're not wearing your armor. That's the problem. So you should probably be wearing your armor. Sorry, what?
I said the Golden Dragon Jade armor is missing.
That's what's missing.
Everything has a name.
Everything has a name. The Golden Dragon Jade armor is inexplicably missing from your august person. That's the problem.
That's not right.
It is clearly not right.
I am not dressed for battle. That's it.
No, in fact, you're dressed in the most peculiar fashion. The fabrics are coarse. They're unadorned with your normal flamboyant, colorful style, as befits a person of your stature.
It's true.
So, yeah, you can have damage resistance if you like you can summon the armor, right?
Yeah, I can. Basically, I'll end up summoning the armor, what he's wearing, and his weapons.
Your hyper acuity. Okay, that's not night vision. That's telescopic vision and microscopic vision and that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm just pointing that out in case it's what you thought it was.
It's his mystic third eye. Yes.
There you go. That works.
But
all right.
When he opens his third eye, he can see to the horizon, basically.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Which is funny because that's going to come up a little bit later. So, but we'll skip past you for just a bit. Wait, unless you want to like go do the whole like.
I'll do that on my next action.
Okay, you do the whole Sailor Moon transformation on your next attack. Great. Yeah. Michael, bleeding, but not dead. Monsters attack.
One of them just attacked me. If another one's attacking Michael, I'll try and take that.
Right. That one fled. That one's dead. We'll say 2 attack Anna, 1 gets Captain Harrows. So, okay, so Anna and Captain Harrows.
Nope.
Anna needs to do 2 brawn close combat defense rolls,
All right.
and Captain Harrows needs to do 1.
7.
Let's see. 11 plus 3 is the brain. 14 and 9. Wait, I have to reroll one. 14 and 13.
You're so lucky you got that expertise thing, because 9 would have hit you. And then, what'd you get, Donald?
7.
Chomp. All right. Anna.
I got hit by a cat.
Anna's spinning the kukri around and deflecting these things, making it look super, super easy. Meanwhile, Captain Harrows gets chomped on. You got a 7. I rolled a 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Captain Harrows loses 2 endurance. Chomp.
Ouch.
God, I'm hoping our Oriental major god there has healing.
No. He doesn't. All right. Rose. Sheriff Rose. Sheriff Hood.
We also have to attack from
Yeah, and then
arrows and
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. You guys get to attack. Okay, Anna gets to attack. What you gonna do?
All right. I will attack one of the ones that are closest ones to me. I guess one of the ones that are trying to attack me.
All right.
All right. So, close combat.
Holy moly.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, you miss.
Darn.
Oh. Again, equipment. Hand-to-hand attack. This is a machete. You add 1.
Yep.
Which you still miss,
Oh.
but the kukri adds 1. Equipment adds. And so there's that. Okay. But you miss. It rolled really, really well.
Mm.
And then Captain Harrows.
okay, I think I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna use one of my powers.
Try something.
I'm reaching into the bag and pulling out a bunch of parts in the shape of a vortex accelerator, snapping it onto the end of the rifle, and using my blast power.
Okay. Yeah. Hang on. Let me check something out here. Oh, it's over there now. Oh, yeah. This is much better than just the rifle.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus if you want me to get the bonus for the rifle.
No, the blast replaces the rifle.
Okay, yeah.
So it would be your agility plus your power level plus 2d6. Wait, do you have ranged combat? Yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah, so it would be agility plus power level plus 2d6 with the blast.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Wait, what?
16.
How'd you get... Oh, well, I guess that's doable.
A 6 and a 3, and then the 3 agility and the 4 power level.
Yeah, that is a thing. Yeah, Captain Harrows reaches into his bag, snaps a couple of things onto the... What are you shooting it with?
Camp 9.
You clamp a couple of things onto your pistol, hold it up, blam! And there's like a flare coming out of the end of the pistol that incinerate it freaking incinerates Crocobat number 6. It is down to 0 in 1 hit. You like see its skeleton momentarily, and then ash falls to the ground, and then the skeleton falls to the ground. So that's impressive. Then Sheriff Rose gets to attack.
You see, it shouldn't have pissed me off.
It also blows out the capacitors on the VCR you stuck on the end of your pistol.
Oh yeah. It's
You'll have to do something more. Prepare
Permanent.
something more durable for future use, but you have an idea for it. Okay, Sheriff Rose rolls an 11, and the monster rolls a 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so she gets 2. She shoots at the one that was already shot, the one attacking John, blows a hole in its arm, which basically makes one of its wings useless, so it flops around. It's not dead per se, but it is most definitely out of the fight and no longer capable of attacking anybody. Just kind of flops around and snaps.
That's 4 out of 6 dead. Or 4 out
Yeah,
of
there are
6
2 left. Let's see. Well,
Are they
you
dead?
guys get 2 more well, 1 because Leslie's out of the fight. You guys get 1 more attack before they get a chance to reconsider their aggressive stance. So, John Erlang, what are you doing?
Um, uh, announce to the heavens that I've had enough of this and start and summon everything I've got. So
Wait, summon what?
Summon my armor and weapons.
Well, all right then. So, Lady Ashwan, your what was it? Green emerald, what?
Golden dragon jade armor. So
Your golden dragon jade armor. Sting, ding, 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 ding. You get full Sailor Moon transformation scene as like the heavens shine down and armor swirls around and straps itself on you.
There's a flash of lightning and a crash of thunder. Yes.
There you go. That too. And then what?
I wasn't awake to see this. Darn.
No, you're vaguely awake. You're just not combat worthy.
Yeah, it's
I guess.
happening right over top of you.
I'm standing over you.
Wow, he's had his alternate personality dream finally.
Yeah, no, he is standing over you, protecting you, having his transformation.
Yeah, pull your mic a little bit closer to your mouth, Leslie. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Like I said, it looks like he's had his
Awesome.
little alternate memory dream finally.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have a front row seat.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing, John?
The 2 things still flying.
Mhm.
I will summon a cloud, fly up there, and attack them. And as far as the way his flight works, he jumps up into the air and a cloud flies up underneath him, and he lands on it, and then the cloud does all the moving around while he's standing on it like
Oh, he's learned this stuff pretty quick.
Oh yeah, totally. It's totally Goku style.
Yes, exactly. Well, they stole it from Journey to the West, which is where I stole it from too.
Yeah. Journey from the West is one of my favorite of the Eastern tales.
I finally finished it. Yep.
I love all forms. Into the Badlands was not bad for a modern retelling of it, but I really like the Stephen Chow Journey to the West films. All of his King stuff.
Yeah,
I've not seen Into the Badlands, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, I like it. It is horribly brutal and bloody, and don't get attached to anyone.
Ooh.
That sounds Japanese to me, or Chinese.
But it's but it's in modern thing of Journey to the West, where basically I think it's Australia. I think it's the Australian poppy fields.
Anyway,
Okay.
I'll fly up and attack the things.
Now, here's a thing that you can do. I'm not telling you should, I'm just telling you can. There's a maneuver called sweep attack, which lets you make a close combat roll against everyone within reach simultaneously. However, you incur a penalty die, which means it's 1d6 plus your whatever.
Okay, then I will attempt to do that.
All right, then. Make 2 attacks. You've got a penalty die in each roll.
Okay, so
And they attempt to not be killed.
So
Oh, shit. I rolled really, really good, so you're not going to hit them. But go ahead, try.
Well, let's see, it's brawn plus power level, so that's 8. Plus close combat. So
1d6.
I'm incurring a penalty die, so I only get to roll 1 die, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
They both rolled really well.
The first one I rolled 14, because I rolled a 6.
Swish.
And
Yeah, they rolled really well.
Yeah. If a 14 is 6, they both miss. They both rolled an 11, and their agility is 4. So they both got a 15. So swish, swish.
Wow.
However, it is clear, even to the tiny peanut-sized brain of a crocobat, that this is not a fight that they are going to win. They fly away.
I will taunt them.
You can actually. They don't fly that fast. You can chase them and kill one if you want.
What's that?
They don't fly that fast. You can chase them and kill them if you want.
Oh yeah, certainly then. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, that's
people on
right,
the ground.
My flight is horrendous. I forgot about that.
Your flight is significant. It's faster than theirs. Question for you, Lloyd. Okay, you're full Goku mode, full Erlang Shen mode. The flashlight, is it kind of like part of Lady Ashwan now? I mean, can you basically just what's your deal with that? I'm open to anything.
I honestly hadn't thought about it, but yeah, I'm going to assume that just actually his mystic third eye light will come emit from the mystic third eye.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Hey, people on the ground see the bats fly off into the darkness. They see John, who's now wearing elaborate shining gold armor, leap on his cloud, and the cloud takes off after the bats and pegs them with his flashlight, which is now shining from his forehead. And it takes him a couple of actions. There's like some dog fighting in midair, and then blood spray, and then he follows another one, and blood spray, and then it comes back, I assume.
Yes.
And Michael's probably thinking to himself, so of all the things my friend has to have, it's an anime character. Okay.
Yeah, Michael is fading fast.
Yeah.
Things are getting hazy. You're not even sure. You think that may have been a hallucination?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that can be real. You're hallucinating.
I watched when I was younger.
In which case, I'll come back and take a look at Michael. I don't have any healing powers, but I do have medicine. So
when John steps down off his cloud, Captain Harrows will go, "Nice boots."
Nice boots.
Yeah, they're gold with curly toes. What else am I gonna say?
with big pointy toes.
That's funny.
They are curly pointy toe boots. I'm not gonna say something.
We could have really used Greg today because
They're made out of silk and they're covered in embroidery. I'm not kidding. There's actually poetry in Journey to the West which describes how Erlang Shen dresses, all the way down to his shoes. Yeah.
And how the hell are you gonna keep those clean around here?
Magical.
Dirt will not deign to touch me.
Yes, the dirt does not deign to touch him. That is exactly it.
However, take a look at Michael. He looks like he's kind of stirred up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm not that
who's hurt other than Michael? Because Captain Harrows is hurt too, right?
Yeah, I'm down to one.
Okay. So, you guys bandage your wounds, rest up for about a half an hour, and get back half of whatever you lost. Round it up.
Okay.
All right.
When you
Including
round,
me?
it's in your favor. So.
including me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you lost 3, you get back 2.
Okay. So I guess his doctoring kind of patches the wounds and stops the blood flow and all that crap like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an action movie, so you
We're
know.
gonna have to do the old.
You get bandaged
drink
up,
lots-
and oh yeah, it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's an action.
Eat lots of meat and drink lots of orange juice, and we're all good.
So Brandon, damage resistance basically just adds my power level to my defense then?
Yes.
So let's go find this kid and get the hell out.
Big ass, isn't it?
So, John, did you have that flashback that we've been talking about? Or was that just a dream I was having?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you still wearing the armor?
When I came back and started actually treating people using my skills, it had probably all just fade off of me. It's like an unconscious thing, really. I started acting like John Erlang again instead of Erlang Shen again. So yeah, I'll grab my medical kit, my first aid kit, and start treating people, and everything will just kind of fade away.
Okay. Yeah. So half hour or so goes by. Michael's recovered. Had some drinks out of the canteen or whatever, and Captain Harrows is, he's got like a trickle of blood at the corner of his mouth that wipes it away manfully. He's like, yeah, you're good. So he's ready to go.
Just just like half a dozen little band-aids across his shoulder.
I'm going to look at the sheriff and say, I can understand why those in the town don't want to come out here.
She's looking at you like you grew a third head.
Not a third head.
No, a third head. Like the second one is come and gone, and she was okay with it. This is a third one.
We're on the third one. Okay.
She's just like looking at all of you. Her shot. She's like sitting on a rock, and her shotgun's like across her thighs, and she's just like sitting there like looking at you, like she'll actually say it. You can see it forming in her brain before she says it, and then she says it. She says, "What are you?"
From the future.
She asked me specifically.
Well, it's to the group, but you have a feeling that you're particularly on her mind.
Yeah, you're the one who does a costume change. That's part of your.
I'll hold out my hand and introduce myself as Erlang Shen, True Lord, Immortal Sage, and General of the Celestial Army.
What happened when we got here, or because we have a half an hour? I mean, how honest do you want us to be? She's trustworthy. I like her.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie or prevaricate about this one. Yep, I'm right out in time telling her.
I don't know, honestly. When we got here, I think every one of us has had some kind of, for want of a better word, flashback to maybe an alternate life. And with it came some interesting things, as you can tell by my friend John here.
If Erlang Shen was a previous life, I must have done something really bad. To be reincarnated as some poor schmuck.
For want of a better word, I'm going to call it a previous life. I don't know what it is. I'm turned into some kind of Jedi Knight, as far as I know.
John, maybe you didn't do something really bad. Maybe you just did a whole bunch of kind of iffy stuff.
I suppose that could be true, yeah.
I mean, I don't know the previous life. I turned into some kind of Jedi Knight, as far as I know. I guess.
Or was that what was going on with you and Rufus or whatever?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of, these aren't the droids you're looking for. Kind of. I don't know how I did it.
Oh, and I'll look over at the sheriff. Say, Sheriff, don't forget to reload.
She doesn't even look down. She snaps it open, pulls out the shells, put those in the pocket over here, takes out two more, put them in, snaps it closed.
Should we continue?
Again, you can kind of see the gears working in her head. It's like she's still got a job to do. You helped her, therefore, she still has a job to do. Stands up, says, "All right, let's get moving."
Captain Harris says, "No point in turning around and swimming back when you're halfway across the stream."
We actually should be almost there. There's some rocks you pass over a hill, and then down the other side there's the grove.
Oh, hang on. Let me check something then. I'll resummon everything, jump onto the cloud, and fly up. See if I can see anything from that perspective.
Okay. You're not on a path exactly. It's more like a deer trail or lizard trail, whatever. Something makes a pass along this way, and it's in a convenient place, kind of like a gully. It goes between two big rocks that have plants, and again the plant life tends to be large. So there's like yeah. So the path goes between two big rocks that are like uphill, and then past that down the hill And on the other side of that, you see a grove of trees that have these vaguely cantaloupe-looking fruit, but they're smaller than a cantaloupe.
Right.
And that must be the peach grove that where Emmet came. However, where those rocks are big rocks on either side and the path goes between, you see the rickshaw type cart that I described earlier. It's just sitting there.
Okay. Yell down to them and tell them I can see the cart. It's right up there.
Do you see Emmet?
I'll
You
fly
don't see
over
Emmet.
there. Fly over there, look around, fly back.
All
No, I
right.
don't see him.
Let's see. See if something attacks you. Where was I? So you land by the cart?
Yes.
All right. Things attack you.
Oh, cool. Isn't that nice?
I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's going to be a sad day for them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I really wasn't expecting you to be all like powered up at this point. Hang on, I gotta find a better picture of that.
Well, some of these things are going to be nasty anyway, regardless of how powerful he is. I can't even imagine that something as powerful as he is going to be able to overcome a Tyrannosaurus Rex, for instance. Not totally.
I'll just wait for it to eat me and then cut my way out.
Hey, that would work. But we haven't seen any standard dinosaurs yet. We've only seen, except for the thing pulling the wagon. We've seen the weird.
Well, we saw a plesiosaur.
Yeah, plesiosaur. Yeah, and the thing that was pulling the wagon. Was it stegosaur or something like that?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that one. But everything else has been some kind of weird. Like,
Besides, I don't think we'd see Tyrannosaurus Rex. They were like way later than the ones we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like millions of years later.
Well, the timeline is kind of fast and loose, so I wouldn't put any money on that.
Here, so.
we'll get the watches fixed. We're not even sure they're going to tell time properly in this place.
What the hell? Oh, there. That's what I'm looking for. That's pretty close. I'll go with this. Okay. Two of these rush out of the underbrush and attack you, Lloyd.
Okay.
So let's find a good picture of this thing. There we go. Haha, there we go. They have blades in their hands, sword-looking things. If you look really closely, they're not actually made of metal, though. They're made of like resin, but
there's
still
something from the future too.
Like that.
Oh, they're
cool monsters. I don't recall them from the Natural History Museum.
Well, anyway, two of them attack you.
They're obviously sentient. They're wielding weapons.
Well, they're tool using, so there's that.
Yes, not for long.
Demons or insect spirits.
Or something from another planet from the distant past.
They get to jump on you because you landed and you didn't know they're there. So, they go first. And this is Brawn versus your close combat Brawn plus your damage resistance. But they get their weapons, which gives them a +2. So, you can roll twice. The first guy rolls 14. The second guy rolls 10.
I rolled a 13 and 16.
Okay, the first one stabs at you, and it like gets into one of the gaps between one of the plates of your armor and like cuts you. One endurance. The other one, the blade just like bounces off of your armor.
Okay.
Your go.
Step forward and sweep both of them.
Okay.
Start off with the sword in the sheath, unsheath it, sweep both of them.
All right. They get to roll against that. And they have a carapace, which helps protect them a bit.
Are we moving in that direction at all?
I would assume so.
Yeah,
You're not that far.
Okay.
All right, Brandon, 18 and 16.
Good God.
But firing while on the move is an automatic miss, so we're headed there.
Well, I'm not. I said we're moving. We're just trying to get there.
So if you guys just, run forward, you can get there after Lloyd's next attack, say.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're running forward.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. So what were your rolls again, Lloyd?
18 and 16.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, the 18 was almost max.
Thanks.
Oh, no problem.
So 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Hey,
I have that feeling
you
when our
cut one guy straight in half. And the next one's 16, 8, 9, 10.
I have that feeling when our freak friend gets full
So
powers,
13.
he's not going to be anything to mess with either.
You cut one like full, like just straight bisect him, and the other one you leave a. Say you cut off one of his arms, ka-chunk, and the arm goes,
That'll
chunk,
work.
and the blade sticks in the ground with the arm still holding it.
Okay. I'll look at that one and tell him you can run away now.
They make like noise. Well, the one that can
Yeah.
makes those kind of noises. Arrows come out of the darkness and attack you
Four.
because there's actually 4 of them. 2 of them have ranged weapons.
Okay.
Okay. You need to roll agility, range combat versus these. You do get your damage resistance. That's not great. So 1, 2, 3, 5. I got 12, and I got a 15.
All right. So it's agility plus power level. Power.
Plus 2d6.
14
Reroll if you have.
and 13.
Second one hit. Yes.
Well,
Okay. First arrow, ping, off your armor. Second arrow, chunk, like sticks. It like gets like where one of the straps is and sticks in you. Lose an endurance.
Okay.
Ah. See, Leslie thought you were just gonna mop these guys up. No, they've hurt you. They've hurt you seriously.
well, there's something futuristic too, I think, or something alien anyway.
Something. Let me go right back around. Oh, you attacked. They attacked. Now it's hand-to-hand guy's attack. Hand-to-hand guy, who you cut off one of his arms, runs away. That's what he does. He takes a step back and then bolts. He just runs flat away from you. You can completely catch up with him if you want to, because he's nowhere near as fast as you. But he's trying to run away.
Yeah, I have bigger things to worry about.
Okay. You go.
Okay. Open my Mystic Third Eye again and use it as a flashlight and try and figure out what the archers are.
Yeah, they're very clear. You know generally where they are, and if you look at one of them, you can see that he's right there.
Okay.
With your Mystic Third Eye, you can kind of sense his insect smell, which is eyes smelling, but still, whatever.
Fly over to where one of them is and attack him.
Okay. He has a thing that looks vaguely like a cross between a bow and one of those like lever throwy things. It's a weird contraption. It's not something you've seen before, but essentially it's a bow.
A trebuchet type.
Oh, and you're gonna try to stab him, I take it.
I shall smite him. Yes.
Okay, so we roll against the smiting.
I think Brandon's thinking of a staff slang.
Another 18.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
You bisect him. he's just gone. He's just pieces of ant. And
Look
no,
over-
if you
look over
if
the
you
other
get a
one.
staff sling and like add a couple more straps to it to make it like
Mhm.
more complicated, that's what they're using. It's more complicated than that.
Okay. Look over the other one and tell him, stand there. I'll be right there. I'll be right with you.
Uh, that guy attempts to run away as well.
Okay, good. I only
Because
have one turn.
whatever
Can't
you
do more
are,
fighting
you
anymore.
you are not what they are here to get. So it has become abundantly clear that they will not be eating you later. So
Well, I think that means you know what happened to the young man who went and picked peaches. I'm hoping
oh,
not, though.
Yeah.
and that's when the rest of you get there. So you see Erlang Shen on his flying cloud, about to either not or pursue something. So what do you? They get there. What do you do, Lloyd?
Oh, fly back over to them. I'm going to let
Okay.
the two that are running away get away because, to be perfectly honest, I've got one endurance left, and if one of them hits me again, I'm done. So I will let them escape.
Okay.
I will
So
admit
I'm.
that victory.
We see the leftovers of the one that he
Yeah,
killed.
pick up the half a bug off the ground and say, "Be careful, these are dangerous," and then drop it on the ground.
I'm wondering if that's what got our friend Emmet.
I suspect so. We should probably look around and see if we can find him. Or
Well,
what's left.
evidence.
It's a good thing that one of them left a blood trail.
That
Well,
is
actually,
true.
two of them did. Three. Well, no, that one's dead.
Let's go see if
Yeah.
we find. Speaking of blood, let's go see if we find any evidence of the cart, among other things.
Well, the cart's right there.
Right here.
It's actually facing back toward the way you. It's facing toward tranquility. It's full of
any
peaches.
evidence that an attack and that the person.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Make
Is it-
a
Is it
reason.
all?
Okay. If you've got medicine, you can use medicine. Otherwise, use survival. Reason survival
believe I-
rolls.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I will roll against you.
Investigation, does that help?
I'm sorry, what?
I've got investigation. Does that help?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
As do I.
investigation. In fact, if you've got investigation, add a bonus die.
I got survival too. So, and that's a bonus die as well. That's 2 dice as well with the survival.
I tell you what, instead of the bonus die, I'll just lower the difficulty if it's investigation. So,
Okay.
I can roll too.
What
Okay.
am I rolling with survival?
if you reason,
Just reason or and a dice or 2 dice?
reason and 2
skill.
dice if you have survival. Reason and 2 dice if you've got medicine. Reason and 2 dice if you have investigation. If you have survival or medicine, you need to roll a 12. If you've got investigation, you need to roll a 9.
13.
I rolled a 10.
I just missed as well.
I rolled a 13 and I have an investigation and survival.
Well, investigation would be the good one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that differently next time because that was too complicated. But yeah. So John, Erlang, and Anna, you, between the two of you, and to be honest, Anna's doing the bulk of the work here. So you figure out, yes, he got attacked here. There's some blood, but not enough blood to kill him. And you can tell that he was dragged away in the direction over that way.
We're going to have to pursue after all.
Oh, actually, Rose rolls too, but Rose crap. She's like, I can tell he was attacked here, but I don't know what happened after that.
Well, he was attacked here and he was dragged off that way.
3 assailants, 2 on foot.
Yeah, give as precise details as I can give her. Anyway, and by the way, did they leave any weapons behind when they fled? Like,
Well, the two I cut in half, one of them was carrying that bow thing, and the other one was carrying a sword.
Yeah. There's a resin sword attached to that bug arm sitting there, stuck in.
I'm more interested in that bow thing.
Okay.
If it's floating around.
The one that had the bow thing, it is complicated and not very efficient for the amount of effort it takes. It's like you could like bend this and then pull this up over this notch. It's like somebody who'd never seen a bow but had heard of them was trying to build one based on a description that somebody gave them who'd only seen one once.
And they
So
Somebody who has familiarity with a crossbow be able to
it
figure this
it,
out.
it does work, but it's like stupidly complicated for what it does. And
Would it help if someone had familiarity with crossbow?
no, I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm just saying it's
Okay,
not a
how
great weapon.
would that help?
As far as blades, the one who lost an arm lost essentially a big dagger, a big knife, like a Bowie knife type size blade.
Hmm.
The one that got bisected, oh, and the one had the ranged weapon also had a couple of those. The one that got bisected had a couple of those and a full-on resin sword. And by resin I mean like amber, but it's
Hmm.
sharp. Like it's you could shave with it. It's like razor sharp.
Oh, that's cool.
Obsidian, yeah.
I'm assuming since he's turned back to go back to this town, are there peaches in the wagon, or is
Yes.
he just starting? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the wagon's full of peaches. Well,
yeah, but
peaches.
we ought to take the wagon part way with us anyway, just in case we need to drag him back.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a problem. Let's find him first. And leap up into the air again.
Yeah, but as complicated as this thing is, I'd rather make myself a sling. Punk.
By the way, I take my bearings so that I can get back here anytime I want.
Okay. Well-
It's a landmark. It's a landmark that I can use with other people. So
And oh, here's where we get to the horizon thing. Who had John Erlang had the thing. His third eye can see to the horizon.
Yes.
Okay, you're on a hill. Like the path goes up to the hill, and then the rocks are basically coming up out of this hill, and the path goes between them.
Okay.
It's not pitch black. I mean, you can tell the difference between the sky and the ground. You can tell where the horizon is. The horizon where you are is about 75 miles away, which would make this a bigger planet than Earth
Like way
by
bigger. Yeah.
by a wide margin.
Yes.
So I decided to throw that out there. That's wackiness.
You said most of the plant stuff here is like hard,
Big.
fern type stuff, or is there anything that could be even remotely be considered wood?
Oh yeah, there's palm trees. There
gonna
are
see if I
more
can
of
find a-
those down toward the coast than there are here. This is where you are is more like frondy and aloe vera, giant aloe vera looking plants and that sort of thing.
Um,
But there are
Is there
some palm
anything-
trees here too.
Is there anything that's loose that can be used easily as a staff?
Oh, like small trees? Well, they have to start small, I guess. So sure, why not?
I'd like to have one of them and kind of test its weight, and because I remembered that somehow or other I was starting to whittle a staff. I'm wondering this will work in a pinch.
Sure, why not? Grab one of the Bowie knife resin knives from the ant people, and hack down a sapling, and carve it into a staff. Sure, why not?
I don't know why I'm doing this, but it might come in handy for something. I know.
Well, you do have like a half an hour to like rest and recoup if you want to. Half hour rest and recuperate and recover half of whatever endurance you've lost. Which in the case
Yeah.
of John, he'd probably benefit from that.
yeah. Now, do we lose half of the endurance we lost, even if we lost it in the last fight?
You only get that back once.
Oh, okay.
You're resting more for John right now.
Yeah, that would be for John. He'd get back half of whatever he
Yeah.
lost, rounded up.
Just checking. Had to make sure.
No worries.
Anybody who's got any kind of tracking skills, pretty sure he went that way, and we might want to track where the kid is going.
I don't know if my survival covers that, but probably.
Yeah, no, that's my other character.
No, I think I can probably do some rudimentary tracking.
Yeah, I've got survival as well.
Hunter, who's a biologist. Yeah.
I'm an archaeologist. Looking for stuff's my job.
I believe the two of
And
us could
survival.
probably.
All right. Where was I?
So the two of us are going to look for this, follow this trail.
I'll help.
Yeah, following the trail is a survival roll.
Okay. Survival.
Yeah,
I
originally
rolled
I had
11
the
total again. 11 total.
oh something I okay. Tell me what your totals are, and then I'll say what I was gonna say.
15.
Sally,
She's doing a little better than me.
you both rolled great. Okay, Michael and Anna both like kind of fan out a little bit and look at the ground and look at the trail of the ant person who ran away from Lloyd. And between the two of you, you figure out that that ant person like circled around the rocks and went the same direction that the person who was dragged away from here was dragged. Long story short, they all go to the same place, and it's a very clear trail. The ant people are not even trying to hide it, as far as you can tell. So yeah, right that way. It's pretty straightforward right there. Now you're there's a lot of flashlight action. It is nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
so there's that. Uh, Fun fact: originally I had when you took a half hour to rest, you recovered half of your endurance rounded down. That was when you had more endurance to begin with, because you had like essentially twice as much as you got now in a previous version of the rules. So when you've only got 3 or 4 endurance, rounding up versus rounding down makes a big difference. So now it's rounding up.
Big difference.
Rounding up now, yes, definitely rounding up. So, and what was the other thing that I need to tell you? Oh, um, okay. You recover half of your lost endurance rounding up after resting for about a half an hour. After that, after a good night's sleep, you get the rest
Okay.
because it's not real life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you'll still be sore. You have bruises, et cetera, et cetera. You have like a bandage with like blood showing through it, but your endurance goes all the way up.
Action movie.
It's action movie
Yeah.
medicine. So there's that. All right. Yeah. So you know where they went. You're gonna follow them. What's your deal?
I think we
Good.
should.
So
The sooner we find the sooner we find them, the sooner we might have a chance of finding the young man alive.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Okay. Yeah, you only need a 10 to find them. It doesn't go that far. It's about 5 miles. When you're following a trail, how long would 5 miles take? I mean, when you're tracking something, because
Least an
you're
hour.
not walking full speed.
Yeah, talking like 4 or 5 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
So like an hour, I guess. So let's see. What we need are wisdom. Let's see. What would it be for this? Wisdom. I guess wisdom survival. Okay. Who's in front? I guess Michael and Anna would be in front.
Yep.
Okay. Make wisdom survival rolls.
there's no wisdom.
What's wisdom actually? It's no wisdom.
What?
Reason?
Sorry. Reason. Why was I
Reason,
saying
yeah.
that? Reason
One
survival
question: will
rolls.
danger sense come into this at this point?
Oh yeah. Who has danger sense? Oh, hang on, because that is totally relevant. Let me find it. Where did I put this? That's actions. That's actions again. I don't need 2 of those. Looking at my tabs. Danger sense, sense is whatever is dangerous. Let's see.
I got spidey sense.
Okay, reason plus power level. Perception roll. If you have the skill perception, you roll 2 dice. If you don't, you roll 1.
Roll 1. So let's see. 5 plus 5. 10.
And even if I rolled wait, actually no, you could actually technically fail that. Let me roll that.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Actually, so will I.
Oh yeah, you made it easily. There is something dangerous. Well, everybody's left, so I'll tell you. But I'll tell you again after everybody comes back. There's something dangerous immediately ahead of you in the path. And you
Okay.
rolled so well, I will tell you that it's a specific spot on the path in front of you. That spot is dangerous.
Okay.
And we will pause here and return when everybody comes back. And we are back. Okay. Michael,
My comment
you're
is
going along the path, and Michael feels something. It's how would this be interpreted? I'm thinking this is how this would be. You can overrule me. I'm just telling you what I think it would feel like. Michael's going along with Anna. You're looking at the path. You're looking at the trail, the clear trail where you see these ant people footprints go back and forth on this trail fairly regularly. And recently, a human person, has been drugged this way. However, you get to a point, you start feeling malign intentions. Like you can sense someone meant you harm, and it's at a specific location, and you can like point to it. It's right. It's like 6 feet in front of you. It's right there, right there on the ground in front of you.
The way he'll put it is, my spidey sense is tingling and I didn't know I had it. Right there. We don't want to go.
And he points this out to Anna and everybody else, I guess.
Maybe we should go around and see if we can catch whoever's trying to catch us.
I kind of like that idea. I'm thinking we
Oh,
ought to.
maybe you did.
I definitely don't want to go that way.
I prepare to shoot whatever attacks that spot.
It might not be a kind of like shooting a spot. It might be a pitfall or something. You don't know. I just feel you don't want to walk there.
Well, let's go around it then.
I like that.
Okay, you go around it. You continue down the path for a while, and then about another, I don't know, 10 minutes later, make another danger sense roll.
Another 10.
That also succeeds. You get a very similar
Another one
feeling.
right there.
Although this one is not a specific spot, it's an area, like an area about 2 or 3 meters round in front of you.
We want to walk around this one real wide.
And I assume you do. Fine, great. Well, all right then. And you get to. Let's make this
When I was
big.
by the radioactive spider.
I'll make sure to memorize where these are for on the way out.
Plan.
That would be useful to know.
I assume we're going to be running.
Yeah, probably.
I assume
Hopefully-
you are going to be running.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be running.
Well, hopefully, if somebody isn't running, he's carrying the kid.
You get to the path grows closer to a creek. The creek is about 5 feet across, give or take. And then it goes parallel to the creek. And then goes up to what is apparently, as you shine your flashlights ahead, a cave out of which is flowing a creek. And the path you're on goes into that cave. And we'll look at it. Looks more or less like this if you were to draw it on a D&D map.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okie doke.
Pay no attention to the 1 and the 2.
That's probably where the traps were.
but
More
but
traps.
we'll say you're on the left. Well, is it inverted? Because no, only the camera's inverted. This isn't inverted. The words aren't backwards, are they?
No.
No.
Okay, so directly below the 1, where the map fades out, that's where you guys are coming up from the south toward the cave, which is at the very top of the map.
Okay.
What do you do?
I think as John Erlang, I'm going to want to sneak.
You're not going to be sneaking.
Any of you guys sneaky types?
Nope.
You want to let me go ahead and see what I can see first then?
Is that finesse?
Stealth.
Stealth. Oh, never mind. Nope.
Finesse is like picking pockets and things.
Okay.
All right, well, let me sneak ahead and see what I can see. And Brandon, that is what I will do.
Okay, make agility stealth.
Nice.
Hmm.
16.
Okay. It is nighttime, so it is dark. You do have 2 1/4 moons, giving you some illumination, but it's dark. The cave, on the other hand, is pitch black. Erlang Shen does not have night vision,
Nope.
so you can
I
do.
blind fight.
Hmm?
I have blind fighting, though.
Do you? Well, that's crazy. I forgot that. All right. The cave goes in. The path
Why?
per se doesn't cross the stream so much as it stops on one side and starts again on the other side because
Okay.
it's a stream. Let's see. Let me move this like this. So, oh, this will work. Okay, I'll share this with you. So you get close to the cave, and it goes in, and it goes ahead, straight ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
and the stream goes forward, the creek goes forward as well. And to the right, just after you go into the cave, there's an opening on the right.
Okay.
And
Can I
isn't
try?
blind fighting something that allows you to feel that opening and what's moving around in it? If I'm not mistaken, that's what blind fighting is.
Well, blind fighting or hyper acuity gives me a sense of feel for things too. Can I figure out which direction the body was dragged in?
Straight. Straight ahead.
Oh, that way then.
Okay. Wow. All right. Is this updating as I'm moving it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
well,
pretend you don't see all those maps up to the left there.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure where I put this guy. Let's see. Yeah, you were groping along in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Right here where you see to the right and slightly below the 4, there's like the lines, the diagonal lines there. It goes uphill a little bit. The noise of the creek is covering any sounds you make. There's like a gurgling, splashing of the creek because it is going downhill. So you've got that on your side.
I will confine my noises to gurgling and splashing.
Make a make a reason perception roll.
Reason.
This is hearing actually. So
10.
hang on, I'm rolling some dice. Okay, you hear things moving around in the darkness, and you hear clicking. Like that.
Okay.
But nothing comes close to you.
If possible, still follow in the trail of where the body was dragged.
All right. Okay, up here where it goes uphill to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you're on the map, it's south, but as you are on the path, you curve around to the right and then curve around more to the right. Which is, do you see my pointer at all? Can you see my cursor? Okay. Oh, you do. Like you see it right here?
Yes. Stairs.
It stairs, yes. The body was dragged up this way.
Okay.
You hear activity in that room. There are creatures moving around in that room.
All right. Sneak back out and inform the others of what I have found.
Look it up.
Tell them that I don't think I can get any further by sneaking, and we're going to need to start beating up on bug monsters.
In the dark. Or do we want to go flashlights on?
Oh no! I can get you there in the dark, and then once we get to where the bug monsters are, we can just turn on our lights then and start kicking ass.
Okay. I'm good with
Somebody's
that.
got a better idea.
I'm good with that.
I mean, all of us seem to be pulling weird powers out of our asses. So if somebody can come up with something better than that.
No.
Oh wait, Brandon, that will turn into a bug monster. Wait, I forgot. I didn't realize you could do this. And I'll shapeshift.
And hope that Rose doesn't shoot you.
Actually, yeah, I'll stop and go. Wait, check this out.
She'll probably freak her out beyond their all freak out that she's already in.
Well, that explains the shoes.
So yeah, he says, "Wait, check this out," and he kind of fades to mist momentarily, and then stunk. Now he's a ant person.
You know, you seem to have gotten more than the rest of us with your dreams. Except maybe a friend with the fire.
I don't know. If you're gonna dream, you might as well dream big. Apparently, I dreamed I was a god. What were you guys thinking?
I think I dreamed I was a Jedi Knight.
Great contrast, but hey.
So you guys are still out here, right?
Yes.
Hang on.
No,
Okay. At that point, you get attacked.
oh, crap.
Because there are guards. They're just not particularly attentive.
Does danger sense protect me from being surprised?
Yes, actually. Make a danger sense roll.
Okay. One of these days I'm going to fail, though.
Reason plus power level. Perception roll.
A reason goes into it, too, huh?
Yes, reason plus power level.
Power level, which is...
Need a 10.
Plus a die roll, right?
Plus, well, if you have perception as a skill, it's 2d6. If you don't, it's 1d6.
So we have got a total of 12.
All you needed was 10. So you guys are talking about what to do, and you're like, the hairs on your neck stand up, and you're like, uh-oh, you're about to be attacked from behind you.
Well, I'm turning around, and out of the blue, I'm just spinning the staff for some strange reason. I do have close contact, and hopefully the telekinesis will come into effect.
Excuse me, it's your telekinesis. You can use it if you want.
That's what I'm thinking right now. That's why I brought it with me, to protect myself. Don't ask me why.
Yes. Why do I have 2 of these? That's weird. Oh, come on. Okay, 602, 1439. Okay, it's this one. This is the current one. Telekinesis, telepathy, mind, hold, mind, blast, motion control, danger
Yeah,
sense.
basically,
Okay.
the way I was thinking about it is the telekinesis will deflect anything that, because I'm spinning the staff. That's what I was combining that with.
That's actually a different power.
Okay, but
we can talk about that later.
Well, it was for mostly for missile weapons, I think, for deflecting like they did with the lightsabers.
Yeah,
But I'm
that
not a lightsaber, so I
it's
think
actually a
that.
different power, but we'll gloss over that for right now. It's okay. It's not a big
Okay.
deal. So,
Yeah,
because I mean, you're not an expert
that's
on
what I
the
had
game
in
system.
mind.
It's okay.
That's what I had in mind.
It's okay. We'll work that out.
Okay, sounds good.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 different powers, so you're fine. You're fine.
Oh,
I may tweak this a bit and send it back to you. Okay.
Okay.
But you can do the whole reflection thing. It's not a big deal. I mean, you guys still got to roll, but
I have a point if I get experience that I can add that other whatever appropriate.
oh sure, yeah, it's not a problem. You can totally do it. So where are we at? Oh, things are shooting at you. So Leslie, Michael gave you the heads up, so you guys are not surprised. So I'm just gonna go left to right, and then the bad guys can go. Well, actually, you can't really do much because the bad guys are in the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's put it this way: the bad guys are in the bushes. I'll show you the map again, and you are here. She has a traveler's checks there. Okay, you guys are basically where the 1 is, and the bad guys are essentially where the 2 is, shooting through the bushes with their complicated staff sling crossbow things at you. But Michael, since they were there, and so you get an action before they do anything. What are you gonna do? Let's start with John Erlang. What are you gonna do?
Summon up a cloud, fly over there, start killing things.
That is completely unexpected. I'll give you a bonus die for surprising them.
So far.
That's because this is not something they have ever seen anything do before.
Oh, okay, it's unexpected to the NPCs. Okay.
Yes, that is completely unexpected to the NPCs. So you roll your close combat attack versus them. They roll to defend. I will give you a bonus die because you have completely surprised them. It rolled pretty well, though.
18.
Wow. Okay, let's see. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, you do 2 endurance on one of them out of its 3. Was that your? I'm sorry. Were you sweeping, or you were doing your straight up attack?
Oh, I didn't know what I was attacking.
So there are 2 of them.
There and smite them. Oh, then yes, then I would have swept.
Oh, all right. Well then, re-roll, I guess.
And 17 on the other one.
Okay. Well, if you are sweeping, you get a penalty die, which
okay.
was offset the bonus die.
Then I will take the 18 and be happy with it.
Okay. One guy you cut off an arm because you rolled really well, but not enough to take him down.
Okay.
Michael, they are on the other side of a thicket, and John just hopped on a cloud and flew over there.
At this point, I'm defensive because I'm not sure exactly where they are, and I'm not prepared for something that's ranged. So I'm actually going to step between them and the sheriff and start spinning the staff and prepare to defend.
Oh, sounds good to me. Okay, Anna, what you doing?
Let's see. Well, I probably can't see them through the bush, so let's further. I'm gonna run over there and get closer, and then if that requires me to do close combat, I will use my sword. If I can see them from afar, I'll shoot them.
Okay, this is the first time anyone sees Anna do this. Anna is unnaturally fast, like the Flash kind of fast. Anna takes off and zooms out of sight around the corner over to where John Erlang is. John Erlang, you flew here.
Yeah.
And then you blink and Anna is standing there with her resin ant sword in hand. So yeah, there's 2 ant people here. One just got slashed by Erlang, and the other one has one of those complicated staff sling crossbow things.
Oh, I will take a hit at the one with the complicated slashbow thing.
All right then. It
Guy.
desperately tries not to be impaled. Roll some dice.
All right, this is close combat.
Brawn close combat.
Yes.
12. I got a 12.
Have expert in that. So I rolled a 13.
Oh, you hit it. A solid hit. It loses 1 endurance. Captain Harrows, you are here with Sheriff Hood and Michael.
Michael only knows they're in the bushes somewhere, and that's where our 2 other friends went. So
I've
gone.
Anna ran off into the darkness like crazy fast.
Okay, I'm going to step behind the twirling staff and hunt around in my bag and see if I can come up with something. But
like
honestly, what? I'm not all that worried. The dude on the flying cloud went over. The crazy, scary castration lady went on over. I'm not worried.
Are you doing anything in particular?
I'm putting together little bots. I'm putting together little machine critters.
Put together something that'll help us get into that cave and find that kid. That'll be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose I did that last one. I'm gonna see if I can get a more permanent thing for that.
Okay.
Build myself a little weapon.
Maybe that's what we could use going into that cave.
Okay, you pull out some more bits and pieces out of your satchel, snap them into the things that burned up last time, and you think you got it down this time. You think this one will be reusable.
Okay.
Uses the kinetic energy from the pistol. Hang on. Sorry, jalapeno went down the wrong way. Yeah.
When you go down the wrong way.
Anyway, you think you're onto it. You think this one will be reusable.
Okay.
You don't really have a clear target, but you can kind of like hold your action, delay your action until you have a clear target if you like.
Point toward the cave.
Okay, the 2 ant people are going to attempt to defend their homes against you, the mammalian attackers, who are attempting to invade the nest. You evil, evil mammals, you.
Well, bug things took one of ours.
It's completely different.
Oh, near mine anyway.
Okay, they pull their small Bowie knife-sized knives and slash at each of you. Let's see. For the Bowie knife things, give 2, 3, 5, 12. Okay, need to roll brawn close combat to defend against being stabbed. This is for Anna and Erlang. Erlang first.
12.
And Erlang adds his power level for his damage.
Oh, that's right. 16.
Well, 12 would have hit. 16 definitely does not. So, the knife stabs and hits your golden
dragon jade armor.
Golden dragon jade armor. Just bounces harmlessly off. Okay, how about you, Anna?
There we go.
Sorry.
Brawn close combat for
Yeah.
Anna.
I thought you said you were saying to hit somebody else to do that. Sorry. What's coming? 8 plus 3 is 11.
Missed you by 1. Swing and a miss. So that's those two guys. And we start back over with Erlang.
I'll sweep these two guys.
Swish.
So let's see. It's going to be close combat on 11 on the first one.
Getting a strike.
And 13 on the second one.
Okay, we roll our Brawn close combat to avoid being killed. 13 in the first. You hit exactly and take him down.
Okay.
And what's on the second one?
13.
You hit him and grievously, or her. Actually, they're probably female. You hit her and grievously injure her, and it's not out of the fight yet, but it is a stiff breeze away from being so. So.
Actually,
But
soldiers are the females. The workers are neutral, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're bugs, so, you know, I guess you could just call it it. You hit it. So, you guys, Captain Harrows and Michael, you hear pitched battle on the other side of the bushes. And I'm just going to say between Anna and Erlang, you mop up the last one. So, yeah, you've taken down 2 ant people, and you're done.
And actually, they're all females except for the males are generally only created for mating.
There you go. So, her. I hope you're proud of yourselves. You just killed 2 women defending their homes. So, that's fine.
Fair.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not that I'm opposed to them. I'm just opposed to anything above me on the food chain.
Yeah, that's a
Okay. The sentries have been taken out.
And it's almost
Right.
10:30. I may need to get to bed soon.
Oh, yeah, 10:22. All right, we can stop here.
Okay.
Has this gone okay? I mean, is this
Yeah.
more or less decent?
I'm having a blast. Yeah.
All right, then. And you are powerful, but you're not just walking over the...
No, definitely not. I mean, with endurances of only 3, 1 good hit.
Yeah, I think the balance of combat is working out pretty well. I was wondering about that. All right, then.
And some of us are still feeling our way through our powers, like me.
True.
I still have so much inventing left to do.
Yeah.
Well, you're just gonna get crazy with it very, very soon here, Donald. I can see that coming.
I'm slowly walking my way into it.
If I'm meant to sit there and defend him while he invents something, that's what I'll do.
All right. This has been Pirates of the Mesozoic, starring Donald Von Griffin, Karen Torres, Leslie Denneberger, Len Montgomery, and me, the GM, Brandon Blackmore. Always pack bug spray. That's my advice.
Yeah, bug spray. Yeah, we gotta invent that.
All right.
Actually,
Have a good night, everybody. You have a bottle? You should try attacking the ant people with a can of off.
Alien race, I think.
No, you'd have to use the rating.
Yeah, it's just deep. That's only good for just,
Raid, ant, and roach killer. That's what we need. Raid, ant, and roach killer.
How
Right.
about I just invent a giant boot?
Okay. That would be amusing.
Well, thanks for playing, everybody. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, bye-bye, everybody.